Fairly recently in the UK, a new polymer type of £5 note was released. This resulted in quite a few complaints among people due to the fact that the polymer material is made using animal fat. Now a new £20 note is due to be released in 2020, and the Bank of England has decided to consider using palm oil as a replacement. However, despite them doing this in an attempt to please the hundreds of thousands of people who were outraged by the use of animal fat, they've now sparked new outrage in people who say that using palm oil will have severe environmental impact. Using animal fat means that no wild animals or indigenous people will be affected, as it is already a byproduct from slaughterhouses. It's cheap, easy to get, and animal fat is already used in thousands of products in larger quantities. Approximately 2.6 million cattle are killed each year just in the UK, and yet only around 25 to 30 cattle will be required for the entire production of these £20 notes. This is an insignificant amount in comparison, especially as these cattle will already have been bred for slaughter. On the other hand, palm oil is responsible for huge amounts of deforestation, which releases carbon pollution and acts as a major contributor to climate change. Deforestation just for the sake of palm oil has brought the Sumatran orangutan to near extinction and has resulted in many indigenous people being forced from their homes. However, animal fat may be used in thousands of products, but these products can be avoided by people who don't want to use them. The polymer notes make it impossible for these people to bypass the use of animal products. Using palm oil will avoid offending people such as vegans, vegetarians, Hindus, Sikhs and Jains. It would be more expensive to use palm oil, but this is only £5 million spread out over 10 years. This sounds like a lot, but it's actually pretty small compared to the £300 million they are already spending. Just like animal fat, palm oil is also used in thousands of everyday products. These notes would require 1 year's production from less than 6 hectares of plantation. This is a tiny addition to the huge amounts of palm oil plantation that already exist. Some people have suggested using coconut oil instead, but palm oil plantation produces more oil per land space, so using coconut oil would require more land space and could actually have a greater impact on the environment. If they did use palm oil, it could be sourced responsibly, resulting in little, if any, deforestation. These notes could be made without either product, as they're only being used so we can have polymer notes instead of the paper ones. Even though some people don't seem to like them, polymer notes do actually have advantages, like being anti-static, anti-slip, they're more durable than paper notes, they're harder to forge, more hygienic, and they don't require trees to be cut down for production. So many people seem to be getting angry about the ingredient they're going to use, but in reality they're only going to be using trace amounts of either. The entire note is not being made out of animal fat or palm oil, it's actually significantly less than 1%. Either way, these notes will make an insignificant difference to the huge problems that these products have already created, and if people should be worried about anything, it's the thousands of other things using large quantities of animal fat and palm oil.